It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see Baker Mayfield. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Bucs and the Saints, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott alongside Brock Heward. And Brock, now that we're into the November portion of our season, we've got a pretty good picture of who both of these teams, at least who we expect these teams to be from here on out.
Yeah, no question about it, Kate. They're through the opening rounds if this is a boxing match, right? In this season-long fight. Early issues been worked through, or at least you hope so. And this is where they have to be in that groove as we push through the heart of the season. Any team with hopes beyond Week 18, they got to be figured out. To figure out who they are and what they are right now. Their biggest strengths and their most glaring weaknesses. In this game, it's about emphasizing those strengths, hiding those weaknesses, and playing some winning football.
Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And we're off from Tampa. Evans now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. And they'll be led out by their fourth-year quarterback.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Throwing to start this game. Finds a seam down the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Rank gets it, headed right. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. up to make that play. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Right again. Into the secondary past the 40. And he's all the way down to the 36. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, ball at the 36.
Here we go. Set.
Pass play coming here. Wright reels it in. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second and 6 coming up here.
Let's go.
Here's a give inside to Wright. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. That stop made by K.J. Britt. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Ready? Go.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. He completes it in traffic. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10.
Go.
Back now, pressure on its way. Completed over the middle. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll throw it yet again.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Running back sent in motion. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints finish up an excellent opening series. Chris Olave with the touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established and into top gear right here early on.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. So here now are the Buccaneers on offense to begin their first drive. They're brought out by a former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
That's a loss last week, Kate, that he wears. He's worn it all week long, and I know he isn't the only guy out there. There's 11 on the side on every play, but a couple of interceptions, he's going to hold himself accountable. A lot of work's gone into making sure this week's game is an improvement on that.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Good. What's that?
Here's the give to Irving. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here.
Good.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
What's that?
From the gun, Mayfield. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Set. Watch out!
Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials.
False start, offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards.
Still first down.
They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker.
Set. Watch out! Set.
Running it after the penalty. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Offense to the line for second down.
Set.
They motion the tight end over. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Short pass caught by his tight end.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. If they don't close quickly, he could take it to the house.
Third and just 2 to go. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Bucks ready to send it away on 4th as Jake Camarda runs on to punt it. And this will put an end to the drive after it's stalled out. And great special teams execution on that punt. It's inside the 10, reaches the 8. The Saints and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And he's been one who has wowed the league and made a lot of fantasy owners very happy too. You can see he's leading all quarterbacks in passing here in November. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. So second down coming up.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a quarterback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and most importantly, swat that pass away.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Has him on the quick hitter. This is ahead for about 5. Stopped that time by Jamel Dean.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
They kick the running back in motion. He's on the move. He's running for it. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Fits it through the middle. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints pull out in front further, 13-zip. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
On is Moody for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. So the Buccaneer offense getting out there for their second drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. First and 10 now from the 30.
Get in the end zone, fellas. That ball down the feet. Get going. Done. Keep them guessing off it.
Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Second and 3 now.
Get out of here with the W, offense. Got the cheese on offense. Up, down, down. Left, right.
Mayfield now from the gun. Got his target. It's Otten. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First and 10 from the 41. Irving here from the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Baker now from the gun. Makes the grab in bounds left side. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. On the give, this is Irving. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Oh, saw some movement there. That's going to cost them 5.
Ball start. Offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time.
Still 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Motioning one of the tight ends. Here's Baker to throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
Third and long, Mayfield. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. It's from the left hash, 33 yards. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And that'll get him back to 11.
You know, you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Here's Carter on the return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Saints come marching onto the field. They have played lights out on offense. Scored their first 2 times out, Brock. A chance to go 3 for 3 and grow that lead here. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They're going play action. Finds Woods. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Second and 1. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Looking for a throw here. Short pass brought in. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 3 now. Still sticking with the passing game. That's caught. He found some space. And they get this down to the 28. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Running right. Here's Wright. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Now looking to throw. Throwing the out route complete. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
The Buccaneers add another DB. 3rd down coming up. They're throwing it. That's caught for the 1st. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints making a 3-score game already in the 1st. Chris Olave with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. A quick 2nd score for him, Brock, already. And we aren't even out of this opening quarter yet.
Yeah, I think I just saw that D coordinator rip up his game plan down on the sidelines, because you got to find some new resources here. You got to dedicate more bodies, more physicality to this playmaker, because we know in this league, when you get a guy going like this, they're going to go to him until you stop him.
On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints push their lead to 18. Reed now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30.
At their